to guarantee compensation and alimony. Number 6, if you commit violence, now you don't need to use that for a divorce, although you can list that. So if a woman is being beaten in her marriage, she can go and file and not have to have a reason, but can put that as a reason. So it becomes documented. The court will order additional compensation for that. So whatever compensation comes out of the economic vulnerability or comes out of the alimony equitable situation that determines a lot of vagueness in these terms, and that tends to be Colombian law. There would be additional compensation. Now, there's no mention of any sort of proof. So someone could simply go and make that claim to stack. Let's say worst case, if you had somebody with insidious motives and wanted to, maybe kind of fell out of love, or however things get, maybe it got nasty, maybe a few years down the road, and they learn what these laws are. Very simple to take a boring situation in the marriage and turn it into an economic bonanza where you can get money for being economically vulnerable and you can get alimony. And if you add that in for the separation or the divorce papers as a reason, then you're establishing a claim of abuse. So you can kind of get a 3-tiered compensation package out of a marriage. The United States went through something similar, 50, 60 years ago? I don't know. Quite a while ago. And what it meant was almost a dissolution of family. There was a time, here in Colombia, family is very important. 20 years ago, it was everything. Well, now, if you have perspective of 20 years ago to today, you'll still see in the pueblos or out in the country that same tight-knit family. But in the cities, you see it kind of falling off. Religion went from 98% down to 60-some%, and that had a lot to do with it. But the cities are becoming more, we'll say, westernized, just to use the term, North Americanized, Europeanized. The cities are becoming more like that. So traditional Colombia is still there, still exists. It's where Sharik is from. She's extremely traditional. So all of those things are there, but they're beginning to disappear. They're going through what occurred in the U.S. some years ago. And the end result was, while there's still families, they're not families like they were 60, 70, 80 years ago. They're not families like here in Colombia.